Alright, so Grixis Phoenix. This is a deck that we've played a few times before. This is basically a combo burn deck. It's a Drakeless Phoenix deck. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some games here. Basically, we have a bunch of cantrips in our deck, and we have Mission Briefing and Discovery alongside Creeping Shell to like get some free reach that way. And then we've got Shock plus Lightning Strike along with Electrostatic Field and Phoenix to push damage in an evasive manner. This is one of the many decks that you can find on my website. Did I decide on a deck for the Streamer Challenge? I have not. So we're gonna... The Jund Dinos deck that we're gonna play today is a deck that I could potentially be considering. Just like jamming 4 Carnage Tyrant on turn 4 and 5 is pretty good. Going on Erath. So like this 6-card hand is pretty good, but like having Creeping Shell in the opener kind of sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan. Ah, yes, I'd forgotten that Creeping Shell is just glued to the opening hand of this deck. This build's even trimmed the 4th copy, so you like draw it less often. We have Chart plus Phoenix to those, so that's nice. I'm looking to hit a red source. Oh, Magic's a funny game sometimes. Magic is a funny game sometimes. We had a red source at least here, even if it is a tap land. And like, we can eventually use the Creeping Shells, right? It's not like they're just dead draws. We in fact have 6 black sources in our mana base, so we can cast the Creeping Shells when we draw them. I'm gonna hold tight on this op for a hot second, so that way I can deal a damage with it if this resolves. And I hit my 4th land naturally here, so I'm going to go ahead and continue holding this opt, and just in case this Electrostatic Field can resolve next turn. Morning Golgari, howdy Echoes. Yeah, fast Teferi's probably going to be lights out. Our start is not particularly good here.
I won't hide from the world any longer. Let's skip to the good part.
What's going on, Griffin? We're gonna be for the tournament on. So do I could maybe kill this Teferi, right? I think I opt. If I find a 1 or 2 mana instant or sorcery, I can go Lightning Strike the Teferi, bring my Phoenix back, kill the Teferi. And of course, we drew another land. Real bad. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Alright, I got 6 control cards. You can just trim Lightning Strikes. Brecken Sky, thank you for the 11 months and the tier 3 sub. I hope things are well by you. Thanks for the support. Welcome back. Need two more trims. Like the Lightning Strike's the only thing I really want to cut. It's like trim some cantrip filler then. Maybe ditch the radical ideas. I guess the crash throughs could trim maybe. I don't want to lose all the shocks because they're good at... Shock is good at picking off Teferi after they down tick on something, which is nice. We just fired up, Brecken. I've been live for 4 minutes, so you're super early. So, the chills are needed because you need to actually kill your opponent, right? Maybe boarding in the Nivs and the Firemind's research are, like, enough ways to kill them, but, like, I don't want to, like, have too few bits of reach, right? Like, this deck is basically a combo burn deck, right? So, like, I can't cut like all the lightning strikes and all the creeping chills and all everything that actually does damage. Seems like a recipe for disaster. Yep, electrostatic field in here. Jake and Declan are having a playdate upstairs. Hopefully that doesn't bleed too much into what we have going on here. Actually, be able to kill the opponent is overrated. You say that as a joke, but I feel like that's really true for a lot of people. Well, that's excellent. Let's get that right in there. This card removes 2 charge counters to draw a card, and removes 5 charge counters to dome something for 5, and every time we play an instant or sorcery, it gets a counter. We are going to draw our fair share of cards, to be fair. Alright, gonna lead on... I'll lead on Discovery here, try and find a land. I can actually turn on auto order triggers in this deck, because the order just doesn't matter. Yep. Don't have a 4th land here, unfortunately. I mean, like, this deck doesn't really do anything specifically to sodium inducing, right? Like, it's just like a bunch of cantrips and stuff. The auto tapper really likes to leave a black mana up for us, even though we don't really have black cards in our deck. Probably going to upkeep mission briefing next turn. Try and start plowing through. We're briefing off of blue-red land, blue-black land, so if we hit a Duress, we can cast it. Otherwise, the Discovery that's already in our bin is fine. We do it during the upkeep because this could fix our draw for the turn. I think if they have a counterspell, they probably want to counter this. Happy Sunday. Here's to the humans deck I told you about yesterday. USGC. CG, thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. So keeping me employed here. Alright, well, I guess we draw for the turn. Check out our options here. Hey, and Hina, thanks for the 4-month resub. Perfect digs. I've been waiting to see the green-red amulet deck. Perfect. I'm actually okay with this. So they're at 14. I'm not dying to this anytime super soon. I'm going to leave the briefing on top and plan to just upkeep briefing again next turn. Did you mean events that are online from home arena tournaments or IRL events with computers? I mean both. I think you can do a little of column A, a little of column B. Alright, so Firemind's research can theoretically kill a Drake here. So the shock is worth 4 and that, so we're still shy on killing them that way. I think I'm gonna bin this, keep this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and opt for the turn probably. Go ahead and cast this to start. I think I'm at a point where this Firemind's research needs to kill this Crackly Drake, especially with the Niv-Mizzets in my hand. I wouldn't mind drawing another land here. Another Firemind research is a little medium. Watch that one there. We're at 9, so we're dead in 2. If I don't kill the Drake, though, I'm just, like, dead to any spell, which is less than ideal. So, with the Azcanta flip there, this gives them Niv-Mizzet mana. Things worth noting. Lethal Banefire mana also works. Pop goes the weasel. Do 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 do. Boarding in 4 win conditions felt really clunky there, and I get that we drew all 4 of them, but like it's a lot of threat density and not a lot of like the whole cantrip churn through our deck play spells density. So maybe 4 in the sideboard is too many for the control matchup. If you just like only want 2 Niv or only want 2 Fireminds Research, leave some more cheap stuff in. What's going on, Danon? Best of 1 queue again. We have not played any best of 1 on stream, Talrand. You have no desire to sit there and flip coins in the best of 1 queue. Looking like mono red. Electrostatic Field would probably be pretty good here. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and go to my turn here, because the Electrostatic Field is like soft removal for this 2-1, so that's nice. Hey, Penguin Swim, good morning. So like, if this like blocks this and eats a burn spell, I think I'm okay with that. I think that's a worthwhile exchange. I get 1 for 1 and it avoids 2 points of damage. Oh my god, that just came into play tapped. Well, that's awkward. Alright, so I should have put this into play tapped or shocked it in. I just assumed it was going to come into play untapped. Drowned Catacomb's not completely free. You can, in fact, expansion a kicked fight with fire. That is a legal play. This, the second Discovery Dispersal might just end up being a Dispersal. Alright, so we get to Creeping Chill them for 3 here. Down to 15. Each of these shocks is worth 4. And then each of these is worth 2. So this has them at 7, 5, 3, 1. Magic's good standard formats are the best formats Magic has to offer. It's just, we haven't had a good standard format for a long time. It's been a hot second. Let me just let you know what this game is about. It's about this, opponent. This is what this game is about. Thud, thud, thud. Do I just Dispersal here? I think I just Dispersal here. And like next turn go through these. Boop, boop. Just boop you on the nose. Field's so sweet, just like the fact that it's been like soft removal that's like also dealing damage on this game has been quite excellent. here, block here. The first strike, non-first strike damage where it like slams in twice is so awkward. Give my creatures trample. So they're actually just dead, right? Because this radical idea means that I get to... kill him with fire. Or lightning. Does lightning count as fire? Pop goes the card. How we doing, folks? Good morning. Everyone's having a good Sunday wherever you're at. I guess it's evening in some parts of the world. Lava Coil in sounds great. Probably trimming Radical Idea and Crash through in this matchup. Just want to be a little bit more interactive, especially on the draw. Seems fine. It really is, Brecken. Apparently, the Magic Online Championship Series event today is bugged, believe it or not. Robo Reagan, add a message to the streamer. Thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Hey, Joe, I'm doing all right. You know, a little bit. Stomach's a little upset this morning, but we're here. I need to not only knock a few decks off the queue, but I also want to like play a few decks that I want to play, so I could try and pin something down. I have to submit my deck for Tuesday by Monday night, so I need to find something either today or tomorrow. It's fine. It has Lightning Strike in it. Nothing to write home about, but you're like, yeah, these are like castable spells. Yeah, the Experimental Frenzy deck was really sweet. If you like Modern, you definitely want to watch the Experimental Frenzy League from yesterday on my channel. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and strike this proactively, just so it doesn't run away with the game. What happens Tuesday? So Tuesday, there is a $10,000 cash prize tournament for people who stream Arena. Twitch put up the prize money and invited a bunch of people who stream. This is pretty sweet. So I'll be playing it, and a bunch of other streamers will be playing in it, and we'll all be casting our matches, and then Twitch will be doing an official stream as well. I think I want to upkeep mission briefing here to try and increase the quality of my draw. To replace it in this deck, you can just play Radical Idea. Man, that's a good mission briefing. Let's just get those right out of there. Dang it, Magic. Dang it, Magic. Well, it could have been worse. We could have been drawing 3 lands in a row. Not a bad draw. I assume they're holding more things like Lava Coils here. 10,000 total prizes to everybody who's playing, Johnny. It's 3 grand to first, I think. It's cash to top 16 with 3 grand to first. The YouTube exclusives have been fun to watch. How are the metrics for them looking compared to your usual YouTube uploads of Twitch content? The YouTube exclusives have had a good number more views than my normal stream archives have had. So that bodes well for them. Yeah, everybody streaming the event will be streaming on a 5-minute delay to keep the competitive integrity of the event intact. So I can put this into play tapped. Can play Electrostatic Field here, and then cast Op next turn. Yeah, Fridge, it was an invite-only tournament, Greeny T. Twitch has this series called Twitch Rivals, which they do for a bunch of different games where they host these competitive cash tournaments for people that stream their games. Yeah, the YouTube exclusives have been doing well, which makes me happy. The doing modern and legacy content right to YouTube seems like a good way that I can do more modern and legacy content on my channel, but do more modern legacy content on my channel, but still lean into doing more Arena live on Twitch, since Arena is far more popular than Magic Online on Twitch. Looking for a bird. There's a playlist on my channel, Johnny, and they're tagged as such. The titles of my videos are already really long, so I don't really want to add another thing. Like, I already do deck name, format, date. I'm just gonna bin both of these here. Woof. Should we have gone for briefing into briefing there? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I should have done. You're super correct. I forgot that was an option. Yeah, I have so much nothing going on that I definitely should have gone briefing into briefing. Thank you for pointing that out. Our next briefing is going to see a bunch of cards. Punished for bidding the Lava Coil. Just first Phoenix, 28 cards in. How many Lava Coils am I through? Just one. Okay. So like if I find the other Lava Coil, we'll be in a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot has been called. Nothing but professionalism on this channel, of course. Hopefully we just run like that on Tuesday and get a $3 payday. Morning, gamer. Come at me, little firebrand. All right, give me a mission briefing, please, so I can briefing my briefing from my briefing. Woof. Somewhere between 32 and 64. They said they would have the final player list posted Monday. The Explorer is going to give to Bant X's. Probably a lot. Card seems real good there. Alright, 2 briefings and 28 cards, a bunch of cantrips. We drew a land. Just Magic the Gathering things. We're losing this race at this point, so I'm going to leave the bird back. Writing a command here. Alright, chart of course. This is the reason we've been holding the land. Man, that's unfortunate. I guess it's not too unfortunate. We can cast the Creeping Chill, and then the Lightning Strike means I'm just one away from lethal here. Oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry, it's Ben. Yeah, sorry. We missed the bird. That's what I get for stopping in the middle of that turn to write a command. I'm excited. I'm excited to have the tournament on Tuesday be on a delay, because I'm just gonna like not have chat involved, because obviously I can't chat real time if I'm on a 5-minute delay. So we're just gonna take the chat off the stream and y'all can bicker with yourselves while I play. This seems fine. Yeah, I'm an adult, Dan, and I can admit when I'm wrong. Angel Puff, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Basic Mountain is a good draw here because it lets me shock this without shocking myself to preserve my health total here. That right on out of there. Electrostatic Field on 2 is great because it's a piece of soft removal basically. Need to remind myself that this is currently coming into play tapped. Shocking. I would love to take 4. I'm just gonna dig deep here. I hope whatever the Rakdos keyword is, it's nothing like Miracle. That mechanic is rancid. Please, please, no Miracle mechanics ever again. Flame of Keld. That's interesting that they did that so aggressively. I would love another Electrostatic Field. Thank you. So they get to draw 2 cards here, and then next turn all their stuff deals extra damage. I'm at 14 though, so it seems fine for me. I don't have anything going on currently. Each of these are dealing 2, which is great. Sure. It's a little scary. That'll lightning bolt us next turn off the Flame of Keld. If they attack, I'm gonna block, obviously. Any burn spells that are going at my Electrostatic Field is a win for me. For those that are new to my stream, the decks that are still listed in the stream title are decks that we still have yet to play. So it says 4-color control there. That means we haven't played it yet today. We did play that deck once before on stream, so you can find the archive of that on my YouTube channel if you don't want to wait for the 4-color control deck to come up. No, in the games, nobody was really like, you know what I need? More copies of Explore. Nobody had bothered was on the I need more copies of Explore plan. You think I want to hold mission briefing? Why? Why would I hold mission briefing for their turn? What's the reasoning for that? No, the thing is a red source you control. So I'm gonna chill them. We'll go to 17. I'm gonna go ahead and shock this Firebrand. It's gonna deal 1 to me, but that's better than it dealing 3 next turn. So the shock basically gains me 2. Play this Watery Grave tapped and pass. Man, I'm really bad at drawing Phoenixes, but I'm really good at drawing Electrostatic Field, so I'm gonna call that a wash. None of Teamer Scape Shift's problems are solved by an instant speed explore. That deck is still very bad. You may cast this card for its spectacle cost. If you do, each other player puts a copy of this spell on the stack. That's kind of sweet. It's a neat way to allow mana cost cheats to happen. I will take my 6. Down to 6. Alright, deal. Alright. I mean, that's lethal next turn, right? Does 3+3. No reason to show my Phoenix. Drain you. Do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so they're playing... Opponent's playing Flame of Keld. Yeah, I agree. This deck is sweet. I've played it a few times on stream before in the past. Probably want the Lava Coils again, just for like extra removal. They could also like be going up to 4 mana Phoenixes too. That you might hit 20,000 YouTube subs and 40,000 Twitch followers by the end of the year. That's exciting. Thanks everyone for watching today. And remember, if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, be sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, and leave a comment down below. If you wouldn't hit chill off Discovery, would you have just died? I don't think so. We were at 3 still and they had no cards in hand. Hey, the Freak, thanks for the 14-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. But that's fine. Not amazing, but fine. Doesn't have a shock in it, but we get to go Highland Lake into Island Lightning Strike something. Seems reasonable. It's got a bird plus Charter Course as well, so you got like a way to stop early aggression, a way to set up some aggression ourselves. Yeah, Fine Finality's a real beating for tokens. It's actually one of the reasons why I like the Jund Dinos deck a lot, is getting to play Fine Finality is super powerful. Sure, but why is that worth talking about, Scryman? Is that relevant to anything? Team Kid is kind of scary. Probably, if they don't get this up to a 4 this turn, I'm probably going to mission briefing into the Lightning Strike. One of the reasons why I like the Jund Dinos deck tower is it just bodies people, right? The charity hashtag is because if you cheer any bits on this channel or any channel with the charity hashtag, Twitch is donating 20% of the bits that you cheer to charity between now and the 27th. So if you want to cheer any bits on my channel for any reason, whether to bump a deck or add a deck or just because you would like to give me a couple of $1 dues, be sure to use the charity hashtag with it. Yeah, any 100 bits or more or $1 or more lets you bump any deck in the queue. I think I actually want to keep both of those, huh? I'm actually just gonna leave those right there. I'm hoping if they had a shock, they would have used it last turn. I think I'm supposed to risk it for the biscuit here. That could have potentially gone sideways for me, but I think that's correct. So we're taking 3 off this Goblin Chain Whirler, but then I'm deploying double Electrostatic Field next turn, so this basically takes care of it. One blocker, 2 blocker, 3 blocker, 4. I might just start hard casting these birds next turn. 8's kind of a scary number to be at because my opponent does have risk factor in their deck. They're still at 20 here, so probably need to get a little bit fortunate to win this game. Need them to brick off for a second or draw more creatures. Drawing more creatures would be ideal. The MTG... Oh. That's weird. I normally have the extension running, but it's not letting me... Weird. Alright, I'm gonna have to... Did I just click through that too because I was talking? I clicked through blockers too because I was talking and trying to figure it out. Well, that's probably gonna cost me the game. This is why... Oh, I blocked, I took a bolt to the face, sure. This is why I'm not... Service unavailable... And it's asking me to log in, and it's telling me the service is unavailable. So there's some kind of issue going on with Deckmaster, apparently. Alright, so what do I want to do here? I just play another bird and attack for 6 and hope not to die next turn. Alright, if they're a little bit unlucky with this Experimental Frenzy, we can probably steal this game. What? Okay. If I draw this, and then I draw a 1-mana spell, I can kill them. Womp womp. So close. I assume we're dead when they untap here since they blew up the frenzy. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't understand, but I will take it. Onward, upward, backward, forward. So the box is apparently fully crashed. Yes, the issue is my fault. That's why I showed you that the Deckmaster extension is asking me to log in, and that it's not letting me log in. The service is unavailable. It's definitely completely my fault. Thank you for being helpful, individual. Definitely on me. I already have the bird in hands, might as well chart a course here. MOC stands for Magic Online Championship Series, which is currently bugging out this morning. This deck actually cast Creeping Chill, yeah. Yeah, we played this like our fourth match. We've had a lethal casted Creeping Chill already. Go ahead and shock this. Probably cast Discovery. Awkward Creeping Chill's just like glued to our opening hand. And keep the extra Lightning Strike on top of our deck. Want to keep their board kind of clear. A lot of mono red in the queue today. Which seems fine for this deck. This deck seems like it's an okay mono red matchup. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and strike this. Take it off the table. What am I doing here? This is a fine blocker. Am I gonna chart a course here? I think so. That seems fine for me. I'm gonna briefing during my upkeep, so that way I can impact the top of my deck a little bit here. Then we'll be able to get back both birds next turn, which is exciting. Easy block. Hey, lib. I like how children think I won't ban them if they sub to me while they're children. Like that's not how this works in the slightest. Yeah, I like the UI changes a lot too. I think they're really well done and really clean. I think I'll just draw these for the turn. That seems fine, right? Maybe I'm supposed to bin. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to bin the shock, I think. So that way. Oh, phase. That way I can dig deeper with the discovery. Go ahead and shock this. Get to attack him with 2 Phoenixes here. Put him down to 13. killed my birdie, but I spent so many resources on that birdie. Down to 16 seems good for us. Start with crash through, see where we go here. Did not hit a land spell, unfortunately. Could have hit any 1 or 2 mana instant or sorcery there to be able to get our other Phoenix back, but unfortunately we cannot. Another bird seems fine. This means they're dead next turn to the Creeping Chill. Probably can't kill us from 12 even with an attack for 3. You know what? I should have played this land out, because if they kill one of my birds here, I could double chill and kill them next turn potentially. Yeah, it's actually a pretty big mistake on my part. Like if I draw a land next turn now, I can't double chill and attack for lethal still, which could give them the chance to kill me with a good Flame of Keld hit. Yeah, the arena extension's messed up this morning. Alright. It's the same person I just played against. It might be. Or did Flame of Keld Red just do something somewhere? I feel like we might be confusing the same person twice in a row. That happens occasionally. Just keep boarding how I've been boarding, which is 2 radicals, 2 crash throughs out, and 4 coils in against mono red. If you click the Stream Decker icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, in the upper right-hand corner of the deck, it'll open it on the Stream Decker page, which has an arena export option and a text export option. What are the pros of playing this deck over Izzet Drakes? You get to register more cantrips in Mission Briefing. So if you're not familiar with what we do on this stream, this isn't a try-hard stream. This is a we play Magic for fun stream. So the decks that we're playing aren't necessarily better or worse than anything else in the format. We're just like playing neat deck ideas that people have sent in for the most part. Electrostatic Field's a great draw here. It sucks to have to shock there, but I definitely need to. The extension's off because it's not working. I am playing Arena on Linux. I don't have a compelling answer for you, Alani. Like, in order to, like, really know the differences between two things like that, you have to have a lot of extensive experience playing 2 archetypes, and, like, I've only played, you know, a dozen matches with this and a dozen matches with the other one. So there's a very real chance I just have no idea what could make this better or worse or otherwise for the specifics. I'm gonna upkeep Briefing here. Hopefully find an untapped land in 3 cards and cast this Lightning Strike. Oh, it feels bad. That's unfortunate. Probably dead. Just move along with their lives. Get the next game on the play. No, I don't think Cannonade's very good against mono red. The mono red deck doesn't have that many cards that it kills. They have like 12 at most, and I'd rather just use other cheaper removal to kill those cards. I am dropping 0 frames, so any sort of stutter is on your end. Cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities, so that actually doesn't stop mission briefing from working, which is funny. Because mission briefing says choose. You played MTG on a tablet or phone? Nope, that doesn't sound fun. Not having a way to kill this kind of sucks. So, I think I want to lead on this rather than the Electrostatic Field because I really want to find a way to kill this. Is it bad that I'm used to watching VODs at 2x speeds when I see live when I'm like, damn, it's slow? What's going on, Brecken? Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. Thanks for using the charity hashtag. This lets them draw a card when they pop it, right? Yeah. Still costs 4 though, which is a lot of mana. Another chart, of course. Yep. Lead on this. Again, just like trying to find a lightning strike or a lava coil here, so I can kill this runaway steamkin. That's a shock. Okay. I'm gonna bin Creeping Chill here. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the turn. I'm gonna stop on my opponent's upkeep. There's a chance they pop this at end of turn. So I'm doing this now because that way if my opponent has a red spell to cast to save this, they have to do it on their turn. Sweet, it's good for us. Well, Merfolk's one of the free-to-play decks, right? It's one of the decks you get for. It's one of the decks that you. There's a Merfolk starter deck. The symbol on the graveyards are from Silent Gravestone. The graveyards have hexproof, basically. Hey, another month of magic. Disc Jockey Kale, thanks for the 8 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. And again, for people that don't understand the upkeep stop thing, stopping on their upkeep means that they have a red spell to respond to my shock with. They use the mana on their turn, which is ideal for us. Maybe I'm supposed to have just, like, cast a cantrip last turn. I can keep their board clean here. So this puts them to 11, this puts them to 7, this puts them to 5, this puts them to 3, this puts them to 1. So in a pretty good spot here. I think I'm gonna ditch the land and keep the Arclight Phoenix here, because remember, I don't have to use the Phoenix from my bin, right? Like, if they want to hold this to, like, get the Phoenix from my bin, like, I can just cast this as a spell, which is great. You like the interactions of Rita can give away information sometimes, definitely, but you also have the option to go into full control mode to, like, not give that information away. So you get to choose when you bleed information and when you don't. In the early turns of the game, like, you really don't bleed any information. I think dead next turn, this does 5, this does 4, this does 2. Oh, this is just 5-4 is enough, right? Still had all these. Again, just our fun little combo burn deck. The red matchup with this deck seems good. Beat up a bunch of red decks so far today. What's going on, Jojo? You're having a good morning. Yeah, we got us a booster pack. That's so exciting. All right, look at our booster pack. Let's rip into it. Is a rare I don't have 4 of? Wow. It's a myth. It's a wild card. God bless. Do you think during the full control tournament on Tuesday, the tournament on Tuesday, you lose full control to bluff and get to the information? Yeah, definitely. No, the Silent Gravestones do not prevent the Phoenix from coming back into play. It's a rare from the next set. Yep. That's exactly correct. Man's great. Electrostatic Field on 2 on the play. Sign me up. Well, I found the shock lands do a little dance. You like drag it down here, then it comes up here, then it goes back here, and then it comes into play. Move it all around. No, okay, man, we usually just stick to playing like normal constructed on this channel. What's going on? Thanks. What's my favorite deck in standard right now? Probably Pirates. I like tempo decks. I'm a big fan of the gameplay tempo decks tend to generate. What am I even doing here? I think it's just this to start. Yeah, Dinos is sweet. We're trying a build with, we're gonna try a Dinos build that has, what's it called in it today? The Drover of the Mighty, which is potentially good. Just like more ways to ramp up, basically. What are the opponents doing? They play like blue-black control. Spell Pierce is interesting in a control deck. Double Spell Pierce. Maybe they're playing like Pirates or some kind of tempo deck. Maybe a Thief of Sanity or Hostage Taker deck. Blue-black isn't a well-represented archetype in this format, so they could be doing a lot of different things at the moment. Interesting. Yeah, we played one game with Thousand Year Storm, and we timed out because the client's timer doesn't really let you play Thousand Year Storm, so... Like, had lethal in our hand, and the timer just, like, sat there and ran down without us letting us cast spells. Yeah, it seems neat, it just doesn't seem playable on Arena. I put this into play tapped and pass. Probably upkeep mission briefing next turn. That's rude. I think if you're playing 4 Hostage Taker, the White Weenie matchup is fine. Not amazing, but fine. If you read my primer on Cool Stuff Inc., you'll find a, you'll find a copy, you'll find the sideboard plan for that matchup and others. You want 1,000 to Grixis Conjecture and 500 to Grixis Control? Definitely, Mr. Hat. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate the support. I think I'm just leaving both of these here. I can't believe it's been a year and I submitted my T-Bird Traverse. Looks like give me my sword. Psycho Spur, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, right, I have to discard a card. Shock's not doing a whole lot. Ugh. Doom Whisperer probably means we're dead. Oh wait, there's a discovery on top of my deck. It's awkward because Eldest Reborn's gonna get a thing back here. Hey, Missed Most, thank you for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, this is aggressive. If they get too aggressive with this Doom Whisperer, we could potentially kill them. We hit a good series of draws. Yep, yeah, Donos will be the second deck today. I'm gonna play things in the order that they're on the stream title, as always. Hopefully they play a card out here. Disinformation campaign. In response, kill your Doom Whisperer. Goodbye, friend. All right, if we find a couple of Phoenixes here and chain into spells that could bring them back, we could be fine. I'm gonna copy a... I can actually copy a mission briefing here, right? And like briefing my briefing to then briefing the discovery. Hey, the elk. 5 months to lurking. Can I get a timeout and go back to lurking? Of course. Thank you for the 5 months of support there. I appreciate it. Woof. Alright, 2 Phoenixes, please. I am incredibly bad at drawing Arclight Phoenix, chat. Just casual 26 cards into our deck with that one. We're actually not in a terrible spot, right? Like, I've got this Lightning Strike and they're at 7. They're just playing control. They've got rares in their deck. It's not like they're playing mono budget cards. Yeah, and Morty goes fine in Modern. There's definitely a card that was printed with Modern in mind. Yeah, right, Duo? Just surveil a pile of cards, then draw Creeping Chill. Just like how he drew it up. Alright, they're down to 2. They're down to 2, chat. We've got some live ones in here. We've got some live ones. Ugh. Tilt. $29 cards without a Phoenix. Womp womp. Bacon Bolt sounds good for killing their, what's it called? Their larger threats. Firemind's research seems fine. I think about trim the lightning strikes. Yeah, I don't know that I want to play the Gmer Traverse deck, Psycho Smurf. Those decks, like, Modern on Magic Online is just, like, really brutal and aggressive, and the decks that only have Lightning Bolt as interaction tend to just roll over and die. Like, I think, like, the last league I played was just, like, Tron, Bogles. Like, you just die with stuff like that. So, I think Shock is better than Lightning Strike because having 1 mana spells to bring back your Phoenix is important. So Shock makes it easier to bring your Phoenixes back than Lightning Strike does. No, that deck has a lot of the same issues, Psycho Smurf. I'm just... the Magic Online metagame's just gotten too brutal. I'm taking less of the more casual decks. Just like the casual decks, like watch the Bad Moon League, for instance, if you don't understand what I mean. Just like me getting dumpstered 4 times and just being miserable. It's not fun to just sit there and lose all my matches. A lot of people have this kind of romantic notion of what Modern is because they play Modern at mostly local events, and like when you get into something like Magic Online or like larger tournaments, the format's just like completely different. Very brutal and fast for the most part, especially if you're winning. Losing all the matches, I call those weekdays. Some days are better than others. Morning, Pikes. When does the next set come out? Sometime in January. Well, as long as we don't get like Ritual of Sudded next turn, we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I have Crash Through in the bin, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and draw this Watery Grave and play it, and then next turn I'll mission briefing the Crash Through, get some selection and some more draw. I counted. I am new to Magic. Can you explain the difference between Modern and Standard, please? So, Standard is what's called a rotating format. It's a format where every once per year, every October, the oldest 4 sets are no longer legal. So the sets that are in the format change every year. Whereas Modern was referred to as a non-rotating format where it only gets bigger. So Modern has a starting point and then just grows and grows and grows. Yeah, people who have a lot of money invested in specific Magic formats, so like Modern and Legacy are like really expensive too, right? So like people tend to be super protective of those formats because they have large amounts of money invested in them. How to go about building for a control deck? Jeskai controls at one of the 3 best decks in Standard right now, so you would definitely want to start there as far as building a control deck goes. Well, they don't balance Modern. Modern's a really broken and degenerate format. They only balance for limited and Standard. So I put a Phoenix in my bin last turn. I'm gonna do the upkeep mission briefing. Maybe find a land. Yeah, there's a Jeskai control list on my website. Oh, well, I meant to upkeep to that, and then I clicked through it. Thankfully, we drew the land, so, you know, no Justice streams are great. I don't have a Crash Through in here currently, so I'm actually going to go ahead and lead on Crash Through, and then mission briefing my Crash Through. Yeah, I'm okay with both of those on top. You think it's odd that they don't balance Modern? I don't. They want people to play Standard. Standard is what makes the money. Actually gonna cut these researchers and bring these Duresses in, I think. I think the Phoenixes and the Electrostatic Fields are plenty of win conditions here. I like when my Shockstruck cards too, Alcohol. It's just good clean Levan rate. Morning, Jelmar. This hand seems fine. Not super exciting, but fine. I like Modern so I can sit and make decks with a large range that is still limited, if that makes sense. Yeah, I agree, Pikes. Modern, you need a certain... I was definitely a little bit frustrated with Modern for a hot second, and then, like, when I just started focusing on playing the decks that are busted, it became a lot more enjoyable. When was the last time Standard was this good? Original or Return to Rav. I keep this field on top of my deck, I think. Players should vote on the ban list. Hard pass. Well, that's awkward. So I cut the Firemind's foresights, hoping to lean into Field and Phoenix. So this is tough when they take our Phoenixes away here. Yeah, that's a little awkward. Now, I don't know what I'm playing Tuesday yet. I have to submit it tomorrow night. So we're playing a few viewer lists today, and then we're going to spend some time playing some decks that I might want to play. I mean, it's possible we just kill them with the Electrostatic Fields, right? Like, we've won plenty of games with these. My opponent doesn't find a removal spell for this. We can kind of chain through stuff. I'm going to play this out before I cast this, because I'd prefer not to get spell pierced. Just keeping all the cantrips at this point. Every cantrip is a point of damage. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Sure. Beacon Bolt means they're gonna have a pretty hard time actually killing us, because that kills their 6/6, which is their best way to actually end the game. They took my radical idea, sure. Am I getting Spell Pierce? They have a Spell Pierce. They probably want to use it here, yeah. Because, like, it's not really getting better at this point. Fantastic. Oh, that's unfortunate. So if I want to do this turn, I can only flashback Crash Through, which sucks. It's a good draw. Give me something to do with this mountain. All right, go ahead. They're down to 11. I also boarded out my lightning strike, so I've got 2 creeping chills. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think I just want to dig for a what's it called here? Another one of my pokey guys. So we'll bin Bacon Bolt to this here. They have a Night Veil Predator they can get back eventually. Perfect. Check out options. Deal. Check out my options. I'm struggling playing Jeskai for some reason, but I'm fine playing Grixis and Demir. Yeah, variance happens. Yeah, I agree with Gabriel Paint's summary there. Esper has bad mana, and Blue-Black has mediocre sweepers. All right, I mean, that's a creeping shell, right? So let's start with crash through and see where we go. All right. Nice Unmoored Ego. Just like, this is such a great example of why Unmoored Ego is such a mediocre Magic card, right? Like, this is arguably, this game is arguably one of the best case situations for Unmoored Ego, and like, it's looking like we're still gonna win, right? Yeah, like, just dead. I guess they could have a negate. Doesn't look like it. All right, I'll take the Duress just in case they have a negate. Nice Unmoored Ego. Unmoored Ego is not a standard playable card. Unless something like Turbo Fog gets really popular and you need to take Grixis out, like, you need to, basically, if your opponent is capable of winning a game of Magic after Unmoored Ego resolves, it shouldn't be in your deck. It's always card disadvantage. It's a card where you, even, like, they took a Phoenix out of my hand, right? But it lets me draw another card, so it just, like, ends up short a lot of the time. This build of Grixis Phoenix felt pretty good. I liked the 3 copies of Creeping Chill. That felt fine. We were really good at drawing Electrostatic Field today, which was good against all the mono red decks we played against, and Arclight Phoenix seemed fine as well. My thoughts on the sideboard are that I think Niv-Mizzet and Firemind Research is probably too much. Like, I look at this deck, and I really only want to cut the 4 Lightning Strikes against Control, and like, I want to bring in 2 Duress and 2 Niv-Mizzet. So I think I'd probably cut the Firemind Research and just bring these 2 cards in. As to what I want to do with the rest of the sideboard slots, I don't really know. But I do know as far as the Control matchup goes, I feel like I only want 4 cards to bring in. So I'd probably... So the only cards that I'm confident I want in the sideboard of this deck are like 2 Duress, 2 Niv-Mizzet, and 4 Lava Coil. I think I'm going to go ahead and update the Grixis bird list on my website to something close to this though, because this felt pretty trim. All right, what are we doing next? I think we're doing Jund Dinos.